Europe in the 1930s is a continent holding its breath. The Great War is over, but peace has not healed the wounds. It has merely covered them. Economic collapse, political rage, and broken pride fuel the rise of extremist ideologies. In Germany, Adolf Hitler transforms humiliation into fanatic devotion. In Italy, Mussolini marches history backward. In Spain, a brutal civil war tears families apart. It is here, amid hunger, executions, and ideological terror, that an unremarkable Spanish man named Juan Pujol García watches the world lose its moral compass. He is not wealthy, not powerful, not trained for war. He is a poultry farmer, a hotel worker, a dreamer, yet deeply disturbed by fascism and the cruelty it unleashes. As bombs fall on Spanish cities and neighbors turn against one another, Pujol makes a private vow. He will fight tyranny, even if no one notices, even if history never remembers his name. What he does not yet know is that his weapon will not be a rifle or a bomb, but a lie so convincing it will reshape the largest invasion in human history. Juan Pujol does what any ordinary man might do. He offers himself to the fight. He approaches the British embassy, asking to serve as a spy against Nazi Germany. The response is cold and dismissive. British intelligence sees nothing special in him. No military background, no credentials, no access to secrets. Rejected, Pujol walks away, but his resolve hardens. If Britain will not recruit him, he will force them to. He hatches an audacious plan bordering on insanity. He will become a Nazi spy first, gain their trust, and then hand himself to the Allies as a priceless asset. In Lisbon, a neutral city crawling with spies, Pujol contacts German intelligence, the Abwehr, and offers his services. He lies effortlessly, claiming pro-Nazi sympathies and access to British secrets. The Germans, desperate and arrogant, accept him. They give him a code name, Arabelle. Without ever setting foot in Britain, Pujol begins sending reports, fabricated intelligence constructed from newspapers, library research, cinema newsreels, and pure imagination. What should have been obvious nonsense instead reads as authentic brilliance. The Germans are intrigued, they pay him, they trust him, and unknowingly, they have just recruited the most dangerous enemy they will ever face. Now the real performance begins. Pujol understands a simple truth. One spy can be doubted, but a network feels real. He invents an entire underground intelligence system across Britain. Dock workers in Liverpool, a Welsh nationalist, a civil servant's wife, a Scottish soldier disillusioned with the war. None of them exist, yet each has a personality, handwriting style, salary, grievances, and personal problems. Some agents demand more money, others fall sick. One even dies dramatically, earning German condolences and compensation paid to a fictional widow. German intelligence is enthralled. They praise Pujol for his realism. His reports occasionally contain minor errors, deliberate mistakes, which later get confirmed, strengthening credibility. By feeding Berlin low-level but believable information, Pujol becomes their most trusted source in Britain. He is now playing chess with Hitler's intelligence apparatus, and he is winning without them realizing the game has even begun. British intelligence intercepts strange German communications, praising an agent inside Britain. One MI5 knows does not exist. Alarm bells ring. Who is this mysterious super spy feeding Berlin information? After tracing the messages, MI5 finally finds Juan Pujol García. Instead of arresting him, they listen. What they hear leaves seasoned intelligence officers stunned. Pujol confesses everything: the fake network, the lies, the manipulation. MI5 immediately understands the genius before them. They give him a new code name, Garbo, after the actress Greta Garbo, because like her, he is the greatest actor in the world. Under Operation Double Cross, Garbo becomes Britain's most valuable deception asset. His reports are now carefully crafted, double-checked, and strategically timed. The war shifts. Garbo is no longer improvising. He is conducting a symphony of misinformation, with Hitler as the unwitting audience. As 1944 approaches, the Allies prepare Operation Overlord, the invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe. Success depends on surprise. If Germany concentrates its forces at the real landing site, The invasion will be annihilated. Garbo is given his most critical mission: convince Hitler that the real invasion will not land in Normandy. Slowly, meticulously, Garbo builds the narrative. He speaks of phantom armies under General Patton. Fake radio traffic is created. Inflatable tanks appear in southeast England. Garbo's imaginary agents report massive troop buildups aimed at Pas-de-Calais. Normandy, he insists, is merely a diversion. The Germans believe him completely. Hitler himself begins shaping strategy around Garbo's reports. Entire armored divisions are positioned in the wrong place, waiting for an invasion that will never come. June 6, 1944. The storm breaks. Allied forces land on the beaches of Normandy. Chaos erupts. German commanders are confused. But Hitler is calm. Garbo has already prepared him for this. Normandy, he said, was a feint, and so Hitler holds back his strongest divisions, refusing to release them. Even as the Allies push inland, German forces remain frozen, waiting for Patton's imaginary army to strike Calais. Garbo even sends a message apologizing for being late with a warning, a masterstroke that reinforces his credibility. By the time Hitler realizes the truth, it is too late. The beachhead is secure. Western Europe begins its liberation. Historians will later conclude that Garbo's deception shortened the war by months, perhaps saving hundreds of thousands, possibly millions, of lives. For his service, Juan Pujol García receives the Iron Cross from Nazi Germany, awarded personally by Hitler. Shortly after, Britain secretly honors him with the Order of the British Empire. He is the only known individual decorated by both sides in World War II for the same actions. But victory brings danger. With Nazi hunters searching for traitors, Garbo's life is at risk. MI5 fakes his death from malaria. He disappears. The greatest spy of the war vanishes into obscurity, living quietly in Venezuela, running a bookstore, raising a family. For decades, the world forgets him. In the late 1980s, historians rediscover Garbo's files. Survivors of D-Day learn the truth, that their survival depended not only on courage, but on deception. Juan Pujol García, the man who lied for peace, is finally recognized. He never fired a shot, never wore a uniform, never sought glory. Yet he outwitted Hitler at the height of Nazi power. In a war defined by violence, Garbo proved that intelligence, imagination, and moral courage could change history. His battlefield was the mind, his weapon was belief, and his victory was freedom. History remembers generals. History remembers battles, but sometimes history is saved by a man who tells the perfect lie.